For thousands of years I lay dormant.
Hey, best buddy.
What's up?
Not much.
Just podcast day?
Just podcast day.
Yay! Podcast day! Everybody give yourselves a round of applause, because we just got done recording 2 hours of Undertale.
And now we're done.
Yep, we're done with it. It's over. We're good. That would have made a good live stream, though.
Yeah.
If only I could do that. One of these days, I will do it. I will get it working. Do it! I swear! You're off camera.
What? Oh.
You're probably off camera the entirety of the Undertale video. I swear.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Michelle, go away. I love you, but we have no need of you right now.
What?
My microphone. She's perfect.
I thought about something to say, but I don't know if I should.
We are going to be talking about Undertale almost exclusively for this podcast because we finished it. He's been here almost the entire game, except for the first episode. Because that was when I decided it would be good for us to do a collab.
Yeah. Should we go ahead and...
Go ahead. I want your thoughts first. Pour everything out. I want you to go over it. Like, from the game's standpoint to the characters and their character building, their characteristic thing that I can't say right now.
Character development?
Yeah, their character development throughout the game
stuff.
And about the ending. I want you to tell them. I just want you to pour it all out because we have an hour to fill.
But there might. Oh wait, people should have already.
Yep, you guys will have to have watched it first. If you have not watched the Undertale video, go and watch it now. We'll give you a few minutes to click off the video to go watch it. It's 2 hours long. I'm going to warn you right now. It is over 2 hours long.
But it's so good.
It is good. It's good every step of the way. I did the pacifist and the true pacifist ending. All in one video, which is pretty good. I would have gone straight into the true pacifist ending if I hadn't screwed up. And it was my fault. It was my fault alone. But anyway, go.
I really enjoyed the game. I thought the story was interesting.
The story was hinted at. It wasn't exactly fully explained.
And I do think, I feel like the best way to play it is the pacifist.
Well, yeah, that's the true way to play it, but there's a whole other story route if you do the genocide route.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot darker, but then you get introduced to Kara right off the bat. Instead of just you being called Kara, she actually manifests herself. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing the genocide run. Because I don't want to face Sans' wrath at the end of the game. Towards the end of the game. Because he'll be the third to last boss before the end of the game. And he's the hardest boss. By far. Anyway, what did you think of the character progression? Like, our influence on the monsters.
I really liked it. I thought it was good. Like, I've been watching some, like, writing tips and, like, writing creative work tropes.
Oh, yeah?
Like, with Paragons, and I thought that, like, was really in line with the Paragon stuff. Like, how, and also how they did stuff in, like, Fairy Tail where, like, the bad people who were hostile towards the main character became good friends later.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really liked how that kind of came naturally and stuff. So,
Like, it actually took work.
yeah. Especially with Undyne.
Yeah. Undyne by far was not the hardest.
Who was the hardest?
Probably... Who do you think? It was Asriel. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Because you had to go through Asgore, and then you had to go through Omega Flowey.
Oh.
Well, we had to go through Omega Flowey, and then we had to go through all of the work to get to Flowey again, and then we had to go through Asriel, and then Asriel was turned into a good guy. Those were all the steps we took in that entire video in a nutshell.
To become friends with Asriel.
Yeah. To save Asriel in a nutshell. I mean, yeah, he turned back into a flower at the end, but there's not a lot we could do.
Yeah, but that was great. Just the character development and that heartwarming hug.
What'd you think about the ending?
I liked it. It was good. And I just really like how like the last thing you see was just like all the characters standing in front of the sunset. Just liked it. It's good.
Now, I'm going to ask you a serious question. Now, what would have been the good and the bad things about doing a genocide run? I want you to separate those for me, because think of this from a fresh standpoint. You've fallen down into an underground full of hostile killer monsters. And in your mind at that moment, all you can do is defend yourself. And thus you start down the genocide route. I want you to tell me the good things and the bad things. Honestly, there's only one good thing about the genocide route. And that's you're going to get out of the underground.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only good thing. But I want you to list all the bad things.
Well,
and I want you to think this through. Oh, God.
Wouldn't it mean you're pretty much just being the worst part of all the monsters down there by killing them?
You're playing on their worst fears.
Yeah.
And you're becoming something they feared you would become. Or you would be. Like, do you remember when Undyne was absolutely convinced that we would try to kill her at the very beginning?
Yep.
And remember the part on the bridge where we saved Monster Kid?
Yeah.
That could have gone a whole different way. And that would lead into a whole other boss fight.
Yep.
But I'm not going to spoil too much if you guys want to do the genocide run for yourselves. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you do, go through it with an open mind. Keep an open mind and keep an open heart. Because if you play through the true pacifist run first, you will probably break down in killing every single one of these monsters. Like, I honestly could not handle going through and killing every single one of those monsters. Just because of how the true pacifist ending happened. Like, it was a good, well-rounded ending.
Like, if I played through it again, I'd probably just do the true pacifist run.
Well, that involves a lot more work.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's the best ending.
Just because I would say now, seeing the true pacifist run to completion, I'd definitely say it would be worth it if like I wanted to play it to take the effort just to go through that again.
And I mean, it's also the only time you'll ever be exposed to Kara.
Oh.
In the genocide run. Because, alright, here's Kara in a nutshell in the genocide run. She is the absolute antagonist. And I don't care if you guys tell me it's not a she, I don't care. The majority of the fan base has decided that Kara is a girl. Yep. I mean, the majority of the fan base is divided between whether Frisk is a boy or a girl anyway, but I don't care. I would probably just keep them both girls, just to even it out. Keep the genders the same. It would make things a lot simpler. Because that would give them something to relate to. Like, they're both human girls. They both have a reason to leave. But Kara has this strange way of getting what she wants. Because the Kara that you meet in the genocide run is not the Kara that Azrael knew. Because the Kara in the genocide run is consumed by her hatred for humanity. Because she hates how the monsters were imprisoned by the humans. Because she lived with them for so long. And Kara was also the very first human to ever fall into the underground. Before the other 6 and before Frisk.
So there's technically been 8.
Yes, there have been technically 8 fallen children.
Yeah.
But only 6 were buried.
Because
Kara's body was left in the human village.
Yep. Frisk.
And Azrael turned to dust with her soul.
Yeah. And Frisk left.
But when Frisk fell, it was as if something imprinted that was left of Kara imprinted onto her, and was reawakened whenever Kara or whenever Frisk killed the first monster.
So that's the difference between the genocide run and the
true pacifist.
Yeah.
Like, Azrael never said this part of dialogue, but what he says later on is Kara wasn't really the greatest person. She hated humanity because of what they did to the monsters. But then she became consumed by it when she was absorbed by Azrael. And she was the one who was beckoning Azrael to kill them all when they were in the village. He, like the story said, he had the power to completely obliterate them. But he chose not to, because he knew it was wrong. Yeah.
I think I found the Christianness and theme in it. That's what the loud "oh" was for. Like I said, that every time I
Well,
find
there's
the
multiple.
Christianness.
I'm telling you, there's multiple. If you go over all of our videos, I'm sure you'll find many.
Yeah.
So I just gave you, like, I don't know, say 10, maybe 12 videos of content right there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Subnautica will give you more whenever the story mode's released.
Yep.
I don't know, do you want to try to do an episode of that today?
We can if there's time, yeah.
Hopefully there should be time.
What time is it?
4:09.
Ah. Well, yeah.
We may make this podcast short, just because we have been recording an awfully long time.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, we did really good last week with all the videos that we got done, but we weren't nearly sitting as long as we were for Undertale, and I'm practically almost wiped from Undertale,
Yeah.
and my voice hurts.
Is there anything else that you'd want to say about Undertale?
Well, I was gonna share my thoughts, and then we would be done.
Okay.
So Undertale, it's not a game that you can just take lightly. You can't just jump in and play it to play it. You have to be in it for the long haul. You have to be in it for the experience. Because it's a story. It's not just a game. It's actually telling a story about these monsters who are trapped underground, who are desperate to be free. And their king, which is Asgore, was so desperate to be free that he decided to kill 6 innocent human children to free his people. And we would have been his 7th if Toriel hadn't intervened. I mean, we would have fought through him anyway, but that's not the true pacifist ending.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And Azrael is really an enigma because he's one of the first monsters to ever absorb a human soul in, I don't know, since the war between humans and monsters. Because I'm sure that there were many who tried to absorb human souls just to gain an upper hand against the humans. But I found it strange that he became so merciless as Flowey, even though he was soulless. But I don't know. Because in the lore, it says that if a monster absorbs if Asgore had absorbed all 7 souls, he would have become a god. Like, not a literal god, but like have godly levels of power.
Like God.
Kind of. But they would sacrifice their emotions for that power. They wouldn't be able to feel anything. They wouldn't be able to feel love or hate or happiness or even despair. It would just be nothing. Everything would just be white noise. But I feel no, never mind. I feel as if, like, if I went and played through it again and did it all in order in the way it was supposed to be, then it would have been a lot shorter of a series, but then it wouldn't have probably made it as fulfilling an ending. Because I'm glad I got the normal pacifist ending instead of the true pacifist, because it made me realize that, oh, there was so much more I didn't do. And then I went and did it all before I went.
I feel like that was kind of like the best way to do it. Like, I thought that was very entertaining, and I liked how Flowey was like, oh, how it seemed like he gave you like the chance to finish things that we hadn't done, kind of as like a thank you for not murdering him.
Well, it was more of he wanted us to play with him more. Like, he didn't want us to leave. That's what that was. He didn't want us to leave.
So that's the main...
That's the main reason he helped us. Is because he didn't want us to leave. Because it was literally just a time loop. It was a time loop. Because the game is basically a time loop. If you keep losing over and over and over again and keep resetting over and over and over again, you're just stuck in a time loop. And the only way to break that loop is to get to the true pacifist ending.
Yeah.
And leave. But anyway. Yeah, I'm really wiped from Undertale. I didn't expect I'd be that tired. I mean, I've been excited because I was so ready to be done with Undertale. Like, my hands are shaking right now because I was so excited. I'm still excited because we're done with Undertale. We're finally done. After 8 months of hard work and attempting to do things, it's over. We're done. It's done. It's on the shelf. And I'm really glad it's on the shelf, even though I'm really sad to see it go. Because, I mean, I do feel really sad when I see a good game go to the shelf. Like, I have an entire, like, game library of only half installed games because I've already Let's Played most of them. Because I have so many games that I've Let's Played at this point that I don't need them all installed on my computer, so I just uninstall them. But they're still in my Steam library. Right. If it would load. I may be shaking because I'm cold. Because it is kind of chilly down here. It's always chilly down here in my basement.
There might be a long animation that I'll be working on.
Yeah, just look at all the games that I don't have installed on my computer. All the grayed out ones are the ones that I don't have installed. Why do I have an update? Why isn't it updating? Jeez. But anyway, I don't know, should I start wearing my jacket for every single video? I mean, it'd be a good trope. I always have it on my chair, so I don't have to wear it always, but it'd be nice. But anyway, did you have anything else to add? But anyway, Undertale's finished. Really sad to see it go. It was a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun memories of us playing Undertale because I have all the videos on file on my computer, and it's just like, oh god, 8 months ago we were such goobers, and now look at us, we're still goobers. We're still the same. We haven't changed. That's the point. We haven't changed. It's just that we lost a good game. It's over. And I don't know. If you guys absolutely demand a genocide run, I'll consider it. But it'll be just me. Because I'm more attached to these characters than you are anyway.
And also, I don't really want to right now.
Well,
Especially going through the true pacifist run.
Yeah.
Let's
give it a good long break before I go and do it again. Because you guys have to realize, it took me 8 months. It took us 8 months to get through that game with our busy schedules. I mean, if we had done consistent an episode every week, we could have had it knocked out in, I don't know, 2.5 months. But it extended so long because we got so busy and so distracted by other things that we forgot about Undertale. And I feel so bad that we spaced it out so far. But I couldn't have planned it any better than this. Towards my year anniversary of my channel. And to think that I started this Let's Play almost over 8 months ago.
I got an idea for, like, celebrating 1 year of doing Undertale.
Well, we did. Well, Undertale's over. If we
Well-
had done it for a year,
Well, I
then-
mean, like,
do you want to do the 1 year anniversary of the second episode where we started doing the voices?
Yeah, we could.
Well, we could.
Because I thought about, like,
I could print out a bunch of dialogue and we'd do the voices again.
And we could. Oh, we could do a special podcast for it where
Yeah.
we did, like,
Nothing
couple
but the
minutes.
Undertale voices and nothing but skits between Sans and Papyrus.
yeah.
Because I do the best Papyrus voice. I also do the best Flowey voice.
And for the Sans, I just have to talk.
You just have to talk really low. Because he's a slow skeleton. Not really. If you piss him off in genocide, he'll murder your ass.
Yeah.
I have to show you that because it's ridiculous how well he'll just kill you. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry this podcast is really short, but we're running really low on steam, and
We're tired.
yeah, we're tired. I'm pretty much beat. I only got 2 hours of sleep last night because I was concerned about editing a video, and it's already uploaded. So it was that History of Trunks video because yeah, I wanted to do it just right. And I kept confusing the History of Trunks with the Android Saga, so it made me look like an idiot. Do you remember that? I kept saying, we're moving on to the Android Saga, but it was actually the History of Trunks before the Android Saga.
Remember when I said in my very first review that Arsenal is a sidekick of Arsenal?
Yes! Well, no shit! But anyway.
That was so sad. It was very cringy.
So thank you all so much for watching. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, Quentin, so much for joining me.
Yep.
And as always, we will see all of you in the next video. Bye!